Hey angels, welcome back to another video. So we're going to be making a plaster structure. So I got this giant mold from Etsy's. I'll leave a link for the seller down in the description box down below. And I got these paints from Amazon, and the plaster that I'm going to be using I got from Amazon as well. And the clips and pins, I thought that I would need them because I thought that the mold was cut at the side, but it's not. I should have just opened up the package to see if it was cut or not. But it's not, so it's good to go. I really didn't need all of those stuff. But this is where I'm checking to find where the cut was. And I realized that, oh, it's not. So, yeah. I sort of figured, like, why did I get the giant pin for it? But I eventually figured out where the pin is supposed to go. I originally thought that it was supposed to go up top right there. But I'm like, why would you give it such a giant pin? And this would not clip together. I kept on doing that. But again, I figure out where it's supposed to go. And I'm going to show you guys. So here's like a better look of the mold. Dun dun. I bought this mold to make candle. But in the meanwhile, I'm just going to be using it for plaster, for resin, for candles, for whatever I choose to. Because you can use the mold as much as you want. So that's when I finally figure out where this giant pin is supposed to go. It's supposed to go underneath the arm because there's a cut in the mold to separate the arm from the body. So yeah. So now it's time to mix up the plaster. The plaster is 2-to-1 ratio. So the exact same amount of plaster and then one water. You're gonna see what I mean in a second. So with my little cup, I'm just going to be filling up with some plaster. And I spill it over. But I scoop everything up, so all is good. Scooping. I feel like if I can fast forward this video. I say. So I'm just pouring down my plaster in my cup, trying to get the exact amount. So I'm shaking the sides and the bottom just in case if there's chunks in there, because it's just sitting on top, so you need to be shaking it around so that you can flatten out. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm showing you guys the mark on the cup where I'm going to be filling it up with the plaster, and also the exact mark that I just showed you guys before is where I'm going to be filling it up with the water as well. So yeah, it's an equal amount. I already poured one plaster in the bucket already, and this is the second plaster that I'm trying to get the exact same amount so that you can mix properly and it can dry perfectly fine. So second amount, the exact amount, and then the water, the exact amount, just one, because it's 2-to-1 ratio. Now I'm just mixing it up. Need more water. Mixing. You're gonna be mixing up till it's like kind of like a pancake batter. Plaster take like 2 seconds for it to be dried. It's first very quick, so you have to be quick with it. I feel like if here I should have mixed up the colors in the bucket, because the bucket is huge instead of doing half and a half, one color in the cup, because the cup is very tiny and the color wasn't able to go all the way down throughout the cup. So that's the only thing I would change. So now it's time for me to start pouring everything into the mold, and the plaster is starting to form. So I have to be scooping it out of the bucket because it's not trying to shimmer its way down. And while doing that, I'm shaking the mold so to make sure that it goes all the way down to the bottom and not just sitting on top and not moving. So that's what I'm doing there. And I end up not mixing enough, which I'm going to mix some more in the corner. I didn't show you guys that. The camera was out of the angle. I didn't want to be moving the mold too much, but it's the exact same thing. I just mix the colors inside the bucket. But for this part, I'm just scooping everything out of the cup and out of the bucket to just put it in there. And the plaster was already starting to harden, so I had to be quick with it. I think I've already started to mix up some more plaster. And you can already see that the first layer is dry. So this is the second layer that I mixed up. The colors are more beautiful. This is what I should have done in the beginning. Doing the exact same thing, shaking the mold to get the plaster all the way down, adding some more on top, shaking, shaking. And yeah, it takes like a few hours for it to dry. Not like a few hours, but when you take it out, it's still kind of wet, so you gotta let it sit out. But it dries very quickly. So I had a ton left over, so I just poured it in a different mold. You can already see that I can touch the top because it's hardened. Ooh. That. Okay. This little piece just broke off because I just dropped it. I don't even know where it came from. And also this white chip. Right there.